Hey everyone, it is Mona here, Craft Klatch. Today is Friday. That means it's another Coaster Friday. Today we are doing a Hello Kitty coaster, and it was suggested by Alexis Dempsey, so we're going to do that. I had done a Hello Kitty coaster quite a few years ago with resin, so we are going to try it with clay. So I printed two Hello Kitty images. I wanted to make sure they were at least 4 inches tall. That way a cup could fit on it and be covered, and this is just a very average sized cup. And now I'm going to just trim it out. And you could print this in black and white. The color doesn't make any difference at this time because we're not going to incorporate this image into the coaster. We are going to just use it as our guide. And I'm going to cut the whiskers right off. And now with the second Hello Kitty, I'm going to cut out her bow, and then her nose and her eyes. Okay, when I have all that cut out, I'm going to take my white clay. Now I have a pasta machine that I'm going to be using, but you don't have to use a pasta machine. You can use just a rolling pin. You're just going to have to be a little bit more careful. It's going to take just a little bit longer. So I'm going to take the white clay, kind of squish it a little bit, and get it working through the pasta machine to kind of soften it up. So I'm going to keep running it through, and I'm going to run the rest of it through as well. Till I get it nice and soft. I rolled this out on a number 5 setting on the pasta machine. Again, you can do the roller and that will work fine. Now here is my image that I cut out, and I'm just going to lay it right on here. You can print this out in black and white. It doesn't need to be color because it's not going to be part of the project. With my craft knife, I'm going to cut out the shape of our Hello Kitty. Alright, then I'm going to lift this right up, just like that, and set it aside. Now you can take your finger and smooth any edges or tap them in a little bit if you need to. Okay, and I'm going to put it aside. Now I'm going to do the same thing with a piece of red clay. I'll run it through the pasta machine. You can just roll it if you want. I did this on a number 4 setting. You want it kind of thin. And I'm going to do the same thing, cut it right out. Alright, we're going to put that aside. Okay, you want to make sure you have clean hands and a clean work surface. And I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to place it right on here. And then I'm going to take my eyes, place them on here. And then we have our nose, which we're going to place right on here as well. You put on her bow, her nose, and her eyes. And now you just want to press them to make it a level surface so that you can put a mug on here. Now I have some excess here running over. I'm going to just trim it because I can see where it is. And now all we need are the whiskers. So I'm going to roll some very thin whiskers. Okay, and I'll place them down. The whiskers are going to be a little bit more fragile than the rest of the coaster, so you just want to keep that in mind. Okay, and now I'm going to just trim them a little bit so they're not too long. Now I'm going to carefully pick her up. Whiskers and all. Put her on some parchment paper on a pan. Fix anything you need to fix. And then bake it according to the directions on the package of clay that you were using. So here she is. She's baked, and I think we got the Hello Kitty look down. However, I'm going to take a black Sharpie marker and I'm going to outline her bow, her whole head, to give her that Hello Kitty look. Here's the Hello Kitty coaster all finished with the Sharpie marker around it to kind of give it that border that she would normally have. And then you can bake it and it'll stay on there pretty permanently, I think. Here's your cup. put it on there, and this should be good for hot beverages as well. Let me know what you think of the Hello Kitty coaster in the comments below. Now on to the fishbowl. So I have the fishbowl right here. If you would like to have your idea included next week in the fishbowl, just be sure to add it to the most recent coaster video. Then they're all in the same place and you'll be sure to be included. And yes, you have to add it every week because otherwise the fishbowl would overflow. So let's pick one. Lala Hastings Peacock. So that's what we're going to do next week. Be sure to subscribe while you're here so you don't miss a thing, and we will definitely see you next time. Thank you so much for commenting, sharing, and being here every week. We'll see you next time. Happy crafting and stay safe.